Hi, I'm Mia, and this is going to be my second Pride look of the month. But this is going to be the lesbian flag colors, so pinks, reds, and oranges, so let's get into it. I apologize in advance for the number of palettes I'm about to use, but not every palette has all the colors I need, so alas. I'm going to start with the Colourpop Cosmetics Matte About Hue palette, and I'm going to take a little bit of Cola and some of Lil Iffy to make kind of that magenta-y shade. And I'm going to start by throwing it right along the crease. This is not the brush I should have gone in with, but we'll make do. But this is actually, fun fact, I'm a lesbian. So these are my colors. And I'm not trying to do the lipstick lesbian flag. That's not, we don't support lipstick lesbians in this household. But I really don't like that kind of purpley shade that goes with it. But I'm gonna make do. We'll make it work. But no, I came out in high school. I've been out. It's not the most interesting thing about me. So it's not really something that I bring up a lot. It's funny. There's this kid in middle school. Oh, I don't know. Let's call him Carson. You know, I remember looking at him in gym class one day. I'm like, I feel like he might like me. And I'm like, no, that's wild. Why would he? No. And then 2 days later, he's like, hey, he's like, I got over this girl. I have a new crush. I'm like, oh my god. Who is it? Because, you know, we were friends. It wasn't just like me randomly looking at him and going, we were actively friends. He's like, oh, you know her really well. I'm like, oh. He's like, her name starts with an M. I have 2 classes with her. I'm like, oh. It was not a fun time for me. And I'm actually going to take a little bit of Crazy Cool and then a tiny bit of Do or Die. And I'm going to put that in my brow bone, actually, to tie in kind of that more lilac-y shade. Actually, I'm just taking Do or Die. But he's like, yeah, you know her really well, blah, blah, blah. And I went, oh. And then I thought about it, and then I was like, ew, boys. And I was like, I still think that. It's not like, it's just not, it's not it. They're not the thing for me. Nor do I want them to be. Like, the thought of having to date a dude revolts me. They make jokes about man-hating lesbians. It's me. I'm the man-hating lesbian. And I'm going to take a little bit of Simple Syrup just to kind of deepen the outer corner before I cut my crease a little. But yeah, I've been out since high school. My friends know. My parents know. My parents didn't care. I told them, they're like, okay, cool. So it's not like it's something I'm hiding from the world. It's just, it's not the most interesting thing about me. I mean, it is a little because I'm not very interested, but like, you know what I mean. So yeah. It's funny because I've gotten the, you don't look like a lesbian comment. And that's because I grew my hair out. When I was the first time I tried to get my hair cut really short, the lady cut it into a bob because she's like, oh my god, I don't want you looking like a boy, and then I don't want you blaming me if you don't like it. But on my ID still, because I got my ID the moment I turned 17 so I can go see a rated R movie by myself, and I was too lazy to go to the RMV last year to renew it. So I still have my little lesbian kind of flip over. Because like this part was cut and this, it kind of looked like a Karen cut, but my hair wasn't the right consistency and I don't know how to style it still, so I couldn't style it correctly. So yeah, my ID picture still has me in my little lesbian boy haircut. But I grew it out during the pandemic because I couldn't go get a haircut and I'm just too lazy to try to style it still, so say lovey. I'm just gonna go back in with that original fluffy brush just to kind of help blend everything together. I'm taking some of the LA Girl Pro Conceal HD High Definition Concealer. This is technically a highlighter shade. It's a little shimmery, but it's the only white concealer I have. So, oops. I have thought about getting a new one, but like, so few brands carry them. I need like a matte one. There's something about this concealer. Something in there isn't mixed correctly because I just had to squeeze out a bunch of liquid and it wasn't even concealer. It was just like liquid and I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's oils or what. It's probably water. But I need a new concealer desperately. So if anyone has a good white concealer recommendation, please. I'm just taking a brush. It's not the usual brush I use for like concealer stuff, but that one's currently covered in regular concealer and I don't want to mix them together. So I'm just going to start to do a little, this feels weird. And I'm just going to cut. I am going over this with white eyeshadow and orange. So we'll see how this works. But just carefully doing this. Also, I'm doing this right after getting home from work because even though it's a Monday, I was scheduled. But it wasn't very busy. Thank God, because last night was, and I was like curled up, not literally curled up fetal position, but like emotionally I was curled up fetal position on the train home. Like, I can't live like this. But I made enough tip money to justify go buying gummies, which I don't know if I'll be able to do because I'm going to the RMV to get a real ID. So I don't know if my current ID will be active until it gets there, especially because dispensaries have to scan IDs instead of liquor stores that just look at it and go, okay. So I might text my father and be like, hey, can you pick me up these, and I'll just like send you money. So we'll see what happens. Because I have a nail appointment Sunday. Hopefully I have a nail appointment on Sunday. Because my manager is going out of town for a week. For like, it's like a work thing. They do this thing called Summit every year. So she needs to go to that. And I forgot the dates she said, but it's like the first week and a half of June. So she's like, you're the only one I can trust to like open. I'm like, great. Like, I hate being that person that I'm the only one you can trust. But that basically means I'll be acting manager for the week, so I get to bust people around. That's my specialty. I'm going back into the Fade into Hue palette, and I'm taking a little bit of Lotta Gelato, and I'm just going to start to put that here. Because obviously I want to still leave the front half available, because I'm going to put down white, and then I'm also going to put down a shimmer. So, just going to pat. I'm also taking a little bit of screwdriver to kind of help blend it into that deeper pink shade. I think I did a very similar look to this before, but you know, my eyeshadow skills get better every year, so I want to see. It wasn't exact because I didn't do this. This is a new thing I've been doing, like the color in the brow bone. So technically it's not the same. Technically. See, if only this palette had like a white, then we'd be good. Then we'd be perfect. I have also consumed 3 monsters today, so I will be impressed if I can fall asleep without a gummy tonight. Alright, then I'm taking the Lunar Beauty Lifestyle Drag Facelift palette for the shade Cake Face, because it's the most pigmented white eyeshadow I've ever used. So if anyone also has any pigmented white eyeshadow single recommendations, I need that because I'm not rebuying this palette. Just for one shade. So I'm just going to lay that right over, and I can always go back with the brush that I use the orange with to help blend any excess away. So, and specifically this eye. So, I'm taking a little bit of the NYX glitter primer, and I'm going to tap that over the white part because I'm going to put down an iridescent pink shadow. I dropped that, but my point still stands. And very carefully patting Maybe if I can find an iridescent purple, I'll put it up too. Alright, so this is the shade Sanity from the Danessa Myricks Beauty, what is this? Lightwork Volume 6 palette, the Freedom palette. I don't think this is available anywhere anymore. So, oops. But like I said, I'm gonna lay that right over the white. Yeah. And then I'm taking the shade Proud from the same palette, and I'm gonna put that over the orange because this is kind of like iridescent orange, so it works. Yeah. I didn't put much shimmer on my eyes last look, so we're making up for it. So I'm gonna go find some lashes, and I'm also gonna do my under eye eyeshadow. It's gonna be the same exact colors, just underneath. Wild concept, I know. So I'll see you in a second. Alright, I'm back, and I have some lashes on. I didn't even know I owned these. These are from House of Lashes in the style Lunar Fairy Mini. I was looking for my Ardell Demi Wispies and I couldn't find them. But I actually really like how these look. I think they're cute. But now it's time. This is from e.l.f. This is their Holy Hydration Thirst Fresh Drops. I also didn't do my skincare today, so I really needed a little extra boost of hydration before primer. And I'm not going to switch them out for my Glow Recipe drops, but I have been really enjoying these. Also, I do have a pimple patch on my forehead. I think I said it. I got bit by a bug. I forgot I put on. I put a little black eyeshadow in the inner corner to blend my lashes, and I forgot there was a little bit of fallout. Except I thought I got it. Apparently not. Alright, now we're good. I got bit by a bug, I'm assuming a mosquito, like right here. So I have a pimple patch on it just in case. I'm keeping it on there until after my RMV appointment. So real with you. I also need to do a sound test because it's going to be getting warm soon, so I'm going to need to be putting my fan on. So I don't know how noise canceling this is going to end up being. So I apologize in advance for the next like 3 months if you hear a fan in the background. And then this is from NYX. This is the Plump Right Back Serum Primer. Love this stuff. And with the foundation I'm going in with, it looks so good too. So I'm just gonna rub this in. Avoid my nose just a little because sometimes my nose is a little too oily for products to properly stick. And all this hydrating stuff is not gonna help it at all. And I'm giving this a shake, but this is the L'Oreal Paris True Match Super Blendable Foundation in the shade N1. I love this foundation so much, and like I feel like it was criminally underrated until very recently because I feel like somebody's drugstore makeup routine went viral, and I feel like this was the foundation she used. But I've had this for a year. Over a year I think. She's fantastic. Love her. 10 out of 10. I'm gonna go in with the bigger fluffy side of the Makeup by Mario brush, and I'm gonna start blending it into my skin. Who would have thought? I am actually starving, which is funny because I'm never really hungry anymore. Alright, let's try this again, shall we? Because I forgot to kind of clean up my eyeshadow. And obviously I don't want to blend it into my foundation because that's not really what we want, obviously. So I'm using the not tiny, but the smaller side to get into like crevices. I'm so tired and I can't even sleep in tomorrow. I mean, I probably could, my RMV appointment, I keep wanting to say DMV even though it's not the DMV. My RMV appointment is at 10:30, so I'll probably leave the house like 9:45. And even the last time I slept in, I literally only fell asleep at like, no, I woke up at like 9:15. So, yeah. I'm also gonna do my makeup on the train, so that takes into consideration. And then this is the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Concealer in the shade Royal Icing 1.1N. If I knew which side of the mirror I have to use. I'm just gonna do it there because the side is relatively cleaned up, and I'm gonna do a little blush draping, so I don't need to brighten right here. And my BK Beauty concealer brush, and I'm just gonna blend. I know, who would have thought? Who would have thunk? I'm probably gonna go in with a little bit more of a matte bronzer because my base is kind of matte, and then the blushes I'm gonna use are kind of a soft matte, so I don't really need like a, not that I have very many glowy bronzers, but I don't need something that's, you know. So I'll see what I have. I'll take a gander, if you will, and then just gonna go over it with my foundation brush just to kind of get more space. I don't know, I can't explain it. Alright, this is from e.l.f. Cosmetics. This is the Camo Liquid Bronzer and Contour in the shade Fair Light. Figured this will be a good thing to go in with. So I am dog sitting for my neighbor July 4th through the 11th, which is good because I leave for the 13th. So it all works out. And my manager even said that she'll see if she can get me out by 3 that like week, because my dog just eats when I eat. She doesn't really care. The neighbor's dog and cat, there's a cat, but the cat doesn't, not that the cat doesn't like me, she sat with me, we coexisted, she let me pet her a few times, but again, I'm a relative stranger in her house. She's not gonna be thrilled. But they both eat at a specific time. So I need to be, you know, back here so I can let the dog out. I threw my brush. So I can let the dog out so she can pee, because, you know, between, if I'm gone from 8:30 to 4:30 basically. So she can pee, I can feed her and the cat, let her back in. Again, my dog will eat whenever. She does not care. I mean, she cares a little. But again, it's not like she's on a strict schedule of, you need to eat at 5 o'clock on the dot. So. Alright, this might be a little overkill on the blush, but you can't stop me. This is from Rare Beauty. This is their new matte bouncy blush in the shade Thriving. Figured do a little fuchsia moment, kind of like here, and then go with a baby pink. And then a pink highlighter. Big brain. I'm taking kind of a dense brush, and I am going to focus this like right here. And even though it's not the exact shade I was hoping for, it's still gonna do what it needs to, because I can also blend this into the eyeshadow a little more to make it a little more cohesive. I have some thoughts sometimes. Not often, but sometimes. But I'm focusing this like right at my temples and the top of my non-existent cheekbones. Because like I said, I can kind of drag out the pink I used in the eyeshadow and tie it together. And then I'm going in with the Huda Beauty Faux Filter, yeah? Blush filter. Blush filter and bubblegum, and I'm going to place this like right here. And I should also probably do my brightening powder that I have. Let me think. I'm going to place this kind of at an angle. And I'm going to blend in with a different brush just because I don't want to bring the raspberry color too far in. So just blend, blend, blend. And then this is also from NYX. This is the Buttermelt blush in Butter Together. So I'm just going to do a light sweep in to kind of warm it up just a touch. There we go. It's subtle, but like, I know. And that's what matters, doesn't it? It's my makeup. Yeah. I'm gonna hate myself typing up this product list, by the way. This is from Kaleidos. This is one of their Space Age highlighters in the shade Star Surfer. It's kind of this pinky champagne tone. So I don't have like a full-on pink highlighter, but this, it does the job enough. I have thought about getting like one of their actual multi-chrome highlighters, but now with tariffs, I'm not exactly gonna do that. So I will try a little, but and push comes to shove, I can always use like one of the Danessa Myricks eyeshadows as a highlighter, because as long as it has a relatively clear base, it'll work. So, but like, look at her. So what I'm gonna start with is I'm gonna start with the Makeup Forever Artist Colored Pencil in the shade Wherever Walnut. It's kind of like a pinky nude, but it's not too warm toned. But I have a plan. Stay with me here. So, lips are lined. I'm not going to blend out like I usually do. I know I said you've been abducted if I ever don't do this, but I have a different plan in mind. On a lip brush, I'm taking some of the Rare Beauty blush that I just used, and I'm going to go over it and blend that out. But I just need like an actual lip liner to give the reinforced look and to help strengthen the color a little. So I'm gonna go over and then flick in, because I don't want a totally pink lip, but I want the color cohesive enough that, you know. And then I'm also gonna go in with a little bit of the Huda Beauty blush just to kind of brighten it a little. I am going in with a gloss over this, so I just need a little something. Again, I love a good monochromatic lip and cheek moment, so you can't say that you're too surprised here. And now, I've been using her a lot lately, but she's pretty, don't blame me. This is from Fenty Beauty. This is the Gloss Bomb Oil Luminizing Lip Oil in Gloss in the shade Miss Jellyfish. So figured it would tie in nicely with a little bit of purple I have up on my brow bone. Ugh, words. I don't know how to speak. I mean, I do. It's just I speak very quickly anyways. And I try to slow down for YouTube. I try. So, oh yeah. And this is like super high shine too, and I love that in a product for glossy lips, whether it's lip oil or gloss, it doesn't. I don't discriminate. Alright, I need to somehow deal with my hair because it's been under a bandana for 2 days, so I don't know how well this is gonna work, but I guess I'll find out in a minute. But, see you in a second. Alright, and this is the finished look. I think this is the best I'm getting my bangs. I don't know if I'm gonna wash my hair, but I so need to like at least clean my bangs tonight, because if tomorrow's not a good bang day, it's over. But this is the finished look. I think it came out so good. I mean, I'm a little biased. It is my makeup, but like I said, I've been doing the like color on the brow bone lately, and I think with the purple it was a really, really good idea. And I love shifty shades, so I think it's definitely a good idea than keeping it matte like I did last year. But yeah, kind of obsessed, not gonna lie.